Every single night, you close your eyes, your body goes still, and you think, nothing is happening. You think sleep is just rest, just your body charging like a phone. But what if I told you that the moment you fall asleep, your brain goes into full emergency mode? Not rest mode, not pause mode, emergency mode. It starts deleting things. It starts making decisions for you. It processes emotions you were too overwhelmed to handle during the day. It literally replays your memories and chooses which ones you get to keep forever and which ones get erased. And you have zero idea it's happening. Okay, be honest with me for a second. How many times have you woken up and just felt off? Like you slept a full 7-8 hours, but your brain still feels foggy, still feels heavy, like you didn't actually rest at all. Or maybe this one hits closer. You go to bed with a problem, a decision you can't make, an argument that's still replaying in your head. You stare at the ceiling for 45 minutes. You finally drift off. And somehow, when you wake up, things feel a little clearer. You probably thought that was just time passing, just your emotions calming down. It wasn't. That was your brain doing something absolutely extraordinary, something scientists are still trying to fully understand. And it happened while you were completely unconscious. Or here's another one. Have you ever tried to remember something, a name, a fact, something you studied, and it just won't come? But then you sleep, wake up, and suddenly it's right there, crystal clear. You probably gave the credit to the morning, to the coffee, to the fresh start. No, that was your brain running a process overnight that most people don't even know exists. And today, I'm going to show you exactly what that process is, what your brain is actually doing while you sleep, and how understanding it, truly understanding it, will change how you sleep, how you think, and honestly, how you live. Stay with me, because what comes next is going to hit you in a way you did not see coming. Okay, so here's where most people get it completely wrong. We've been taught to think of sleep as passive, as just downtime, the absence of activity. That couldn't be further from the truth. Your brain at night is not quieter than during the day. In certain stages of sleep, it is more active, more electrically alive, more busy than when you are sitting at your desk working. Neuroscientists at the University of Rochester discovered something in 2013 that completely rewrote what we thought we knew about sleep. The brain has its own waste clearance system, called the glymphatic system, and it is almost completely inactive during the day. It switches on almost exclusively at night. Think about that. Your brain, the most complex object in the known universe, spends the day working hard and building up toxic waste, literal biological waste. Proteins that, if left to accumulate, are linked to cognitive decline, brain fog, memory loss, and in extreme long-term cases, neurodegenerative disease. And the only time your brain can clean that out is when you sleep. But here's where it gets even wilder. While the glymphatic system is cleaning house in one part of your brain, another part is doing something almost poetic. Your hippocampus, the brain's memory center, is taking everything that happened to you today and replaying it, compressing it, filing it. It's deciding what matters, what gets moved from short-term memory to long-term memory, what gets flagged as important, and what gets quietly deleted to make space. Every dream you have? That might be a side effect of this filing process. Your brain pulling up emotional memories, running simulations, testing responses, all so you wake up more emotionally regulated than when you went to sleep. You're not resting. You're being rebuilt. But wait, here's the part that stopped me cold when I first read it. And I genuinely think it will change how you treat your sleep tonight. There's a specific stage of sleep, REM sleep, where something happens that researchers are calling emotional first aid during REM. Your brain reprocesses painful, stressful, or traumatic memories, but it does it without the stress hormones that were present when the event originally happened. In other words, sleep is literally therapy, free therapy, that runs automatically every single night. When you skip sleep or break up your sleep, you interrupt that process. The emotions don't get processed. They stay raw. They stay sharp, and they come back the next day hitting twice as hard. That's why everything feels more overwhelming after a bad night. It's not weakness. It's biology. All right, let's break this down practically. Because understanding what your brain does in each stage of sleep is what's going to help you actually work with your biology, not against it. Your sleep happens in cycles. Each cycle is roughly 90 minutes long, and most people go through 4 to 6 of these cycles per night. Inside each cycle, you move through 4 distinct stages. Stage 1. The doorway. This is the light sleep right at the edge of consciousness. Your muscles start to relax. Your brain waves slow. You might get those sudden jerks or falling sensations, totally normal. Your brain is just transitioning. Nothing major happens here. But skip this and you skip the whole cycle. Stage 2. The filing cabinet. This is where your brain starts its memory work. Your body temperature drops. Your heart rate slows. And your brain produces something called sleep spindles, short bursts of electrical activity that are directly linked to learning and memory consolidation. If you studied something today, Stage 2 is where it gets locked in. Students who get proper sleep after studying perform dramatically better on tests than those who cram and skip sleep. The sleep was doing the studying. Stage 3. Deep sleep. This is the most physically restorative stage. Your brain waves are now slow and deep, called delta waves. This is when the glymphatic system goes full power. The toxic proteins get flushed. Growth hormone gets released. Your immune system gets strengthened. This stage is hardest to reach and easiest to lose. Alcohol, stress, blue light before bed, all of these shorten or skip this stage entirely. You might sleep 8 hours and get almost zero deep sleep. That's why you wake up feeling like nothing happened. Stage 4. REM sleep. This is the one most people have heard of. Rapid eye movement. This is where most dreaming happens. The dreaming is just a side effect. The real work is emotional processing. Your amygdala, the brain's emotional alarm system, gets recalibrated during REM. Fears get quieted. Stress responses get modulated. Empathy and social intelligence, the things that make you good with people, get restored here. Miss REM sleep and you don't just feel tired. You feel emotionally reactive, anxious, overwhelmed by small things, because your brain didn't get to run its overnight emotional reset. This is pro tip. You don't just need 8 hours. You need complete cycles. An interrupted 8 hours sleep can give you less deep sleep and REM than a clean, uninterrupted 6.5 hours sleep. Quality of cycles matters more than hours on the clock. And here's the scary part that nobody talks about enough. Sleep deprivation is cumulative, but recovery is not equal. Meaning, you can't just catch up on the weekend. The damage from lost sleep during the week doesn't fully reverse with 2 days of sleeping in. Your brain keeps a running tab. And it's not forgiving. Okay, so here's what you actually do with all of this. Because knowing what your brain does at night is one thing. Making it work for you is another. And I'm not going to leave you with just science. I'm going to give you the exact adjustments that change everything. Action 1. Protect your deep sleep window. Deep sleep happens mostly in the first half of your night. That means your bedtime matters more than your wake-up time. Going to bed at 2 a.m. and sleeping until 10 a.m. is not the same as sleeping 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., even though both are 8 hours. The first few hours of sleep are when your brain does its deepest cleaning and restoration. Guard that window like it's the most important meeting of your day. Because it is. Action 2. Kill the screen 45 minutes before bed. Blue light from your phone tells your brain it's still daytime. It suppresses melatonin, the hormone that signals your brain to begin the sleep process. When you're scrolling at 11 p.m., your brain literally thinks the sun is still up. It delays your whole sleep architecture. Every cycle gets pushed back. And the REM sleep you'd normally get in the early morning hours? You just cut it short when your alarm goes off. Put the phone down 45 minutes before bed. Not in another room. Face down. Off. Action 3. Align your stress with your sleep. Remember what we said about REM being emotional therapy? Use it deliberately. If you have something emotionally heavy going on, a conflict, a hard decision, grief, anxiety, write it down before bed. Just a few sentences. Get it out of your head and onto paper. This signals to your brain that the information has been captured. You don't need to keep circling it. Your brain can now process it during sleep instead of using the processing power to keep you awake holding onto it. Action 4. Stop drinking alcohol to help you sleep. This one will upset some people, but I have to say it. Alcohol doesn't help you sleep. It sedates you. There's a massive difference. Under alcohol, your brain cannot properly enter deep sleep or full REM. You wake up feeling like you never truly rested because neurologically you didn't. Your glymphatic system barely ran. Your emotions weren't processed. Your memories weren't filed properly. The glass of wine to wind down is actually robbing you of the most important biological process of your day. Remember what I said at the very start? That your brain makes decisions about your future while you sleep, and you have no say in it? Here's the truth. That's only scary if you don't understand what's happening. Now you do. And now you actually have more say, because you know how to protect the process. You know what your brain needs to do its best work. You know what sabotages it. And you know why a good night's sleep isn't laziness. It's the single highest leverage thing you can do for your brain, your emotions, your memory, and your long-term health. Sleep isn't wasted time. It's when the most important version of you gets built. I want to know, drop it in the comments right now. Do you wake up feeling actually rested? Or do you feel like the sleep did nothing? Just say rested or nothing. I read every single comment, and I'm genuinely curious where most of you are at. And if this video just made you rethink how you've been treating your sleep, hit that like button, because it genuinely helps more people find this. And if you want to go even deeper, I have a video coming up on exactly why some people can function on 5 hours of sleep and feel fine, while others need a full 9. The answer is not what you think, and it's going to change how you stop judging your own sleep needs. Subscribe so you don't miss it. I'll see you in the next one.